So you've just had six videos. So now this is your seventh video. And this is for your sixth speech, your culture speech. I hope I'm not screwing up the different videos, but they're going in, order, so you should be able to get it. And I think this is your seventh video. All right. And this is your culture speech. I'm having a hell of a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you have fun in this class too. So it cannot be about your culture. Choose some other culture in the world or in the United States, because there are a lot of different cultures just in the United States. Native Americans, tattoo culture, prison culture. So it doesn't have to just be, what we think of as culture. It can be in ancient cultures from Egypt or from Africa or from Europe or from China. If you're from China and I'm telling you you can't do your own culture, well, you can do an ancient culture from China. That's cool. The same way with Vietnam or Cambodia or any of them. Get an ancient culture rather than just do your culture, which is a modern culture. I can't do my culture, but I can do a lot of different cultures just in the United States. I can choose Native American. I'm just a slight bit of Native American in me, Cherokee. Okay? And I could choose that and talk about it, and that would be my culture to give you a speech. Like my Cherokee Native American culture, it started, in the last ice age, and then they moved down into the area that is now the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And then when the United States became the United States and Andy Jackson took over as president, well, then the whites wanted the Cherokees out of there, and so that they could take over their land. Have you heard that one before? And then it goes on and on. So I could give you a really good culture speech on that, because I have, whites and Cherokees fighting each other in the Long Trail of Tears, and then they put the Native American Cherokees in Oklahoma Territory, and then they fought on the Confederate side during the Civil War, and then my Aethas side fought on the Union side, and then they fought against each other. The Cherokee Indians, Native Americans, fought against my relatives and at Pease Ridge in Arkansas. And then my great-grandfather was shooting cannons down from Pease Ridge into this huge, it looked like a big soccer field or a big football field, and shot a cannon down there, and the canister would bounce, and then my Native American Cherokee, they would circle the canister wondering what the hell it was, because they had never seen a cannon before, and then the canister would blow up and kill them. And then my great-grandfather, and I visited Pease Ridge, and I didn't know that's where my great-grandfather and my Cherokee relatives fought each other. And then my great-grandfather told my father and my uncle, sat them on his knees as little boys, and told them about this, that he shot cannons down. And then when I went to Pease Ridge, there it was, the history. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is where my great-grandfather fought. So there's my culture speech, and I bet you have some really interesting culture speeches that are not about your culture, but maybe something in the past, okay? Because that's not about my culture today. It's something in the past. And so you can choose some other culture in the world or in the United States. Use your opinions and opinions from respected thinkers from newspapers, news magazines, and books. And then more than one opinion from a respected thinker. You have to have at least two. And then mention those respected thinkers, those sources that you have got. Mention those in your speeches. And then can be given as an individual speech or safely with a friend. And if doing the speech with a friend, both of you are to have different sources. You cannot use the same ones. And the speech is just 3 minutes long. So it's 2.5. Don't go under 2.5. And don't go over 3 minutes and 10 seconds or 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Because then I start deducting points if you go under or over. No outline is required. The due date is November 24th, to December the 7th. Okay, don't procrastinate. And then if you choose to redo a speech or turn in extra credit at this time, turn it in to my email, athatl@yahoo.com. And then that will be it for turning in extra credit or redoing a speech. You can do it, well, I take that back. You can turn it in before you do your persuasive speech, but don't wait till the last week. I will not accept extra credit or redoing speeches on the last week of your class. Okay, so that does it for this video on your syllabus, and so we go now to the next video.